The following video shows you how you are able to connect Tableau with a Google spreadsheet using a third-party driver, as well as how you can leverage Google Forms in order to create new data, which you are then able to connect by Tableau as well. Okay, therefore, let's start with a blank new sheet, a Google spreadsheet, where I'm going to enter just some dummy data in order to have something which we can visualize within Tableau. So let's create a country field and a value field, and let's put in, I don't know, Germany, and a value, Greece, and another value, and France, and so on and so forth. So let's take that one. If you want to just be able to evaluate the data within Tableau, there are several ways of how you can do that. The easiest one would be just taking these guys, copy and paste it within Tableau, and what you're then going to create is a data source which is called clipboard, as well as a timestamp from today. And once you did that, you're able to visualize that as you want to do that, right? But the negative thing here is, or the disadvantage here is that this is now disconnected from the Google Sheet, right? And so therefore, I want to show you another possibility of how you're able to connect to the spreadsheet live. Therefore, I am going to use the RSS bus driver, right? So you can download a free trial here. And once you did that, you have something like that. So I just installed it into the default folder, and you will get something like that, right? Which is a user, a password, and a spreadsheet which you need to fill in. That looks like a fake email address actually, but it's a pretty old one by myself. And then you need a password. And I was kind of shocked that I need to type in my password, and I didn't want to enter that one into a third-party application. And you don't need that, because when you have a look at the documentation of that driver, you'll figure out a link, which is pretty much that one, which contains all the different passwords for your certain apps, like my email client on the iPad, on the iPhone, and stuff like that. So therefore, you're just going to add another application, which is your RSS bus driver, and you just create that one, and then you will get an app password, right? And you copy and paste that one within here. I'm going to use the one I created earlier, so therefore I'm not going to change that one. And the next step would be just to type in the name of the spreadsheet, right? So therefore, let's go back here and let's call that our first sheet or spreadsheet. Okay, let's copy and paste that in here, and let's say okay. And once you did that, you can bring back your Tableau desktop client. Just say you want to connect to a new data source, and you want to connect to an ODBC kind of data source, okay? And you will figure out that there are two new, I mean, it depends on which operating system do you have in terms of is it 32 or 64-bit kind of operating system. At my 64-bit operating system, both drivers worked fine, so therefore I'm just going to use any one of those two guys. Don't fill in something over here, you will not need that one. But over here, you are going to connect to our RSS bus database. And now, this is the most important part. Here you need to type in the right name of the sheet itself, right? So this part over here, which is Tabellenblatt, which is the German word for sheet. Okay, so you really need to type in the exact name, the exact same name like you did it here. So let's do that. It's Tabellenblatt 1. Let's say okay. And once you drag and drop that over here, this will appear 2 times, and then yeah, Tableau will have that information here. Sorry for that one. Okay, here we go. Here is our sheet. Let's go live here. So I'm going to create a blank new sheet. Let's just drag and drop the country over here. And again, let's put in the value, let's say to the size, and you will see the information in just a couple of seconds. Okay, now let's modify our sheet just to make sure that we're having the that we're really having a live connection. Okay, so let's change a value here, make that really high, and let's add whatever, Spain, with another value here. Let's make it small again, and just right click refresh, and Tableau should now go back to the database, executing the query, and once it is executed, we will see the new data in here. Actually, it's not really fast, but it works, and I just hope that they're going to work on that in the future. But anyway, like always, you can extract the data, and the extracted data will be like much faster than what you saw earlier. Okay, here we go. So here's Spain and a way larger value over here for Germany. Okay, so how can you leverage that for let's say a presentation you're doing in front of a Tableau audience? So I created something like a form, a Google form. So let's have a look at that one. So it is the fan survey, right? So this is a survey where you can just type in some data. Okay, so here we go. We have a way higher value in Germany here, and there's another country over here in Spain. But yeah, let's have a look of how you can leverage also Tableau, not Tableau. Well, here we go. So here we have another way higher value in Germany and another country, Spain. But now let's see. Okay, now we have a way higher value in Germany and we have another value for Spain here. But how can we leverage Google's? Okay, so now we have a way higher value in Germany and we have another value in Spain. So therefore the connection is live. Okay, but let's bring that to another level by leveraging also the ability to create surveys with Google's form. Okay, so therefore I created that tiny URL, and please feel free to type in some data over here. I would be more than happy to have more data sets than just the ones I put in here. So let's have a look over here. So when I click on the link, we will get to we will see that result over here. So let's type in some stuff here. Are you data rockstar? Yes, I am. How many years of experience do you have? How old are you? And by the way, the information about how old are you, you don't need to type that in there. just feel free to do so. I mean, the more people type in some real data in here, the more interesting the information gets, right? So to see, for example, how old are you or how old is the average when they start using Tableau, right? Stuff like that, or the correlation between the skill level and the age, stuff like that. Okay, where did you see that video from? And when you type in all that stuff over here, that will create a new record, which you can then see here, which is pretty much the evaluation for the stuff you saw earlier. Okay, now you can see the date at which people just put in data over here. And when you want to connect to that one now, you need to change two things, right? So keep that in mind. So one is you need to go back to your driver. Within the driver, you changed the name of the spreadsheet. So we called it Tableau and Google Forms. The password and the user stays the same, right? And when you did that, you can bring back your Tableau workbook. You just open up a new sheet. You connect to a new data source, to a new ODBC data source. You're going to connect whatever bit kind of operating system you have and leave that blank again. And then you're going to select ours as bus again. You're typing in the exact name for the table, which was in our case the answer tab, not tag, tab. So keep in mind that this driver will always find a result also when you type in the wrong name. And when you did that, it will load the information over here. Just to save some time over here, I'm going to use the final result, which looks like that one. So that is actually a report where you can see a couple of things over here. On the one hand side, you see the average years of experience people have who typed in their data over here. Then the average skill level and the color of the bar shows actually how old people were in average, right? And then down here, there's a correlation between the Tableau skill level and the age. And I mean, like I already said, right? It's just dummy data so far, so it doesn't tell like too much so far. But I would be more than happy if you type in some real data in order to then be able to analyze the content better. Okay, that's pretty much the content I wanted to cover for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to submit questions within tableaufans.com. Thank you very much.